This is not the America that you knew. This is the new world order. Make no mistake about it. You're going to deal with military mind games like you ain't never seen before. You're going to see shit that you ain't never seen before. You got to stay focused and see through the bullshit. Don't let these people lead you like a dog on a leash. You are not a force. These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that head, we gon' run it up. Table 245 till they double up. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. Down.
Look at how many people is in the comment section, but it's only showing there's one person watching. 18 likes, one person watching. Y'all see this? Don't tell me they're not sabotaging me. Look at how many people, 30 likes, one view, with all these people in the comment section. Shall we begin? Y'all already know I'm the best at do this. I'm the best at this. They're going out their way to sabotage you, dude, but it is what it is.
This is not the America that you knew.
Hit that like button. Run them likes all the way up.
This is the new world order. Make no mistake about it. You're going to deal with military mind.
Run them likes all the way up.
You're going to see shit that you ain't never seen before. You got to stay focused and see through the bullshit. Don't let these people lead you like a dog on a leash. You are not a force. These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that head, we gon' run it up. Table 245 till they double up. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I down, they gon' cough it up. Go to the fuel, shoot the coffin up. These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that head, we gon' run it up. Table 245 till they double up. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I down, they gon' cough it up. Go to the fuel, shoot the coffin up. Shit. You gotta love it. Love it. The world is full of niggas scoring balling on a budget. But fuck it. Shit. And am I so banging tonight? I was just not discuss it. Discuss it. Shit. Cause that's not for the public. And my destiny's ran a million months on the budget before I leave my house. I wiped down my mind and I suck it. Get on guard from all this fuck shit. I live when I spit, I can trust it. Niggas is busters. Shit. On 183rd, where you find me at? I'm black when niggas get back. I'm a culture that's based on facts. So what we say is facts, you should say it's probably that. I'm to they bitch when I go to they crib. I'm like, nigga, where's those Ferraris at? 90% of shit probably cat. 100% of shit only rap. Entertainment. Do not put so much responsibility on entertainers. After me, I just stay in my lane. Nigga super gang banging, chain swinging, big dang hanging. Swinging. Fuck the words that he saying. They just following the cadence. I am not for the complaining. It takes too much energy. I need my energy combat and all these frenemies. And niggas that want to see the end of me. What's a sin for them is not a sin for me. So go when I show them no sympathy. Until they show me some sympathy. Niggas empty, but ain't nothing empty and weak. Niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that head, we gon' run it up. Table 245 till they double up. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I down, they gon' cough it up. Go to the view and shoot the coffin up. These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that head, we gon' run it up. Table 245 till they double up. Keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I down, they gon' cough it up. Go to the view and shoot the coffin up. Why niggas spending all their money living in the dark? I'm living in the days of Noah, I'm just building arcs. Water coming, water rising. Is it the shortage or is it climbing? Is it a climate or niggas riding? Or secret societies mixed with timing? Either way, I stay on topic. I can't worry about shit if I can't stop. I'm just waiting on death, I was born a house. Surrounded by niggas born in a garbage. But they mama emotion and lacking logic. Or the shit that I know cause they lack in college. And the degrees that they give in is pathologic. I just fly in the sky like I'm half an object. Shit. It's really real, I really feel like that. I ain't gotta be gay just to feel like that. I ain't gotta say thinking or real like that. I gotta rebuild the world and then feel it back. Niggas locked in the cage, I ain't here for that. With that minimum wage, I can't deal with scrap. These rappers get paid, I can't build with scrap. Ain't calm building cities, I'm just super bitty. Came from hats for Leos and Billies. No response from my city. Niggas hate me, bitches plotting and get me. Hearing Glock sounds with the top down. Niggas talk shit when I'm not around. Homie, don't play that cause I'm not a clown. I always stay up because I'm not a clown. These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that head, we gon' run it up. Table 245. They double up, keep them outside of the window, we bundled up. Got the bundle stuff, nigga stuffed up. So far up, I can cough it up. I down, they gon' cough it up. Go to the view and shoot the coffin up. These niggas is dumb, they ain't done enough. We got pieces that head, we gon' question every year. What are they disappearing to?
Where they going? Peace and love to everybody in the building. Y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, you take off those shoes and super violate that like button. Hit that like button. Y'all already seen coming in here, they playing games. You know, they got this thing that YouTubers is doing as well as YouTube, where when they want to slow down a channel, when you're getting too big for your bridges and they want to shadow ban you, they put bots on your channel. So that's what's happening right now when we started this live, and that's what's been happening. I can tell you right now, 9 times out of 10, we got at least 5,000 people in the building, but they're going to keep these numbers low. So in order for us to catch them in their lives, y'all got to hit that like button and run these numbers up. Even with the haters that's watching, the haters, y'all really love me. That's why y'all been here for all these years, storing videos. Y'all niggas got videos from 10 years ago before I got on YouTube, stored in your computer. What would you be without me? What would the haters, what would you be without me? What would you do if you didn't have Hassan Campbell in your life to sit up there and say that song, I hate you so much right now? Shout out to everybody in the building. King Rock, YouTube streaks been mid without you, Haas. No cap. Of course. In life, you need balance. There's too many dumb niggas on the internet. It's too many watered down conversations on this internet. It's too much real stuff going on in this world for us to be speaking or focusing on gorillas. I want to know who's the genius. Who's the genius that came up with that conversation? Can 100 men beat a gorilla? Who sent you? All of the real things that's going on in this world, your conversation is based on whether a grown man could beat a gorilla? That's what we doing? Whether a grown man can beat a gorilla. This is what we doing. This is what the conversation is. You got laws that's being passed where you can go to jail in a country that you have never been to. You can go to jail overseas in El Salvador and all these other places where they treat you. Well, you got niggas crying in jail in America. Those jails are 10 times worse. You can end up being deported out of this country for defending yourself. See, the trap has already been set in America for the black community. It's us against us. It's them against us. It's them against us. It's those against us. And in certain places, there's no stand your ground laws to protect you. So when you find yourself in a situation and your back is against the wall and you have to defend yourself, or better yet, you ain't even get a chance to defend yourself. They catch you riding dirty, want to get you riding dirty, want to catch you riding, they catch you riding dirty. You know what they're going to do to you? They're going to put you in jail, my nigga. And you ain't hurt nobody. You was just trying not to get hurt. And the minute that Trump decided to punch the button and send you to El Salvador, or your children to El Salvador, where when you go to those countries, you're never coming back. Do you understand that this law was in effect? It was part of the Patriot Act before Trump came in. I told y'all for so many years, man, Trump is part of the signs of the times when you read the Bible or whether you read the Quran, where it tells you the trumpet has been blown. The trumpet has been blown. You are living in the signs of the times. Are you not entertained? Jobs are being eliminated. Jobs are being eliminated. The cost of living is going up. Programs are being canceled. Why I can't see my comment section? Okay. Now I gotta go out and come back in so I can see the comment section. I mean, I was trying my best not to go live. I'm only going live on this channel to tell everybody that's watching this channel, because I know we got more people in the building. I need everybody to go over to Snotbox TV. That's where we're gonna be doing all our lives. I'm not doing no more lives on this channel. I'm probably gonna let this channel just be where it's at, because I'm not gonna let them keep putting bots on my channel. They was waiting for me to go live so that they could put more bots on my channels. You see what I'm saying? We 11 minutes in. There's no way in hell that we don't have at least 1,000 people in the building or 2,000 people in the building. That's too loud in the background. I'm live. Legendary Tony, we have no problem shooting each other, but 100 men to take down a gorilla shaking my head. It just sounds stupid. Who's going to call 100 men to go hurt a gorilla? Who? Whose conversation was that? This is what we indulging in? This is the conversations that we indulging in? Nah, not on my watch. I came here to make you think. They spend billions of dollars to keep you dumb. They spend billions of dollars to keep you dumb. And now we're getting closer to the final phase. And the money is being deliberately dried up. It's not meant for you to survive what's to come next. It's not meant for you to survive what's to come next.
But I think that whether it's a pole shift, magnetic pole shift is one of the, theories of what causes these events. But there is a history of near extinction events. And one of the things that I've looked at, because I'm trying to figure out, between fiscal 1998 and fiscal 2015, there were 21 trillion of undocumentable adjustments in the U.S. government. If you go to our website, missingmoney.solera.com, we have years and years of documentation, including the government financials that show this. And so the question is, where's all this money going? And one of the things I've looked at in the process of looking at where all this money is going is the underground base and city infrastructure and transportation system that's been built. And
I'm sorry?
Yes. So we have built an extraordinary number of underground bases and supposedly transportation systems. Some of these are some of these are documented as part of the national security infrastructure. I think there are many more. So
in the United States?
In the United States, and all over the world. But from 2021 to 2023, I took one of the smartest subscribers in the Solera Report network, and he and I spent 2 years collecting all the data and all the allegations on underground bases. And then we systematically went through and tried to estimate our guess. This is totally a guess of how many underground bases, both underground in the United States, but also underground under the ocean around the United States. And our estimate was 170 with the transportation network connecting them.
And what would be the purpose?
The purpose, if you thought you were going to get a near extinction event, so to me, there are two purposes. You have so many activities going on that you need to keep secret, that you're basically building the capacity to, for example, if you're doing a secret space program, you need to platform it from, things that can't be seen. But I think if you're worried about a near extinction event, that's...
So I know nothing about this other than my only window into it. I knew a contractor who worked on one in Washington, in the city of Washington, D.C.
Right.
And I remember him telling me about a power box, like a transformer box on Constitution Avenue, that he told me, because he worked on it personally, was actually the exit, the egress from White House. That was by vehicle. I thought that was, when I was like, really? He goes, oh yeah, no, I installed it, I know. And I thought, well, that's kind of crazy that in the middle of this big city where I was on Constitution Avenue every day, that you could build something like that without me knowing it. Under the VP's house at the Naval Observatory, same thing. I think most people know that. Next to my brother's house on Macomb Street in DC. But I always thought that was like preparation for nuclear war. Like, I didn't really think about it that much.
It's preparation for catastrophe.
So, but you think that there are facilities like that in other places outside DC?
Oh, yeah. So if you're interested, we have a great interview. I did an interview of Richard Dolan on Underground Bases on the Solari Report, and it's sort of an introduction to the topic, and it's based on a lot of the research of a guy named Richard Sauter, who is very hard to interview. So Richard kind of went through all the material, and clearly it's, I don't know if you ever saw, Washington Post did a project, it was in 2010 or 12, called Top Secret America. And one of the reporters, it was a team of 2 reporters, one of them put together a database of all the different top secret installations that had been built in the country, including since the Patriot Act. And what you saw was just this explosion of money in building so many, both underground and above ground facilities.
But y'all talking about whether a gorilla can beat 100 men. Y'all can't see something is going on in this world, and how they just took us from 1,000 people in the building and they pulling us all the way down, pulling the numbers all the way down. Y'all seeing this, right? They worried about stupid shit, and we on the brink of Armageddon. The Pope just died too. It's over. Something crazy is getting ready to happen. Something crazy is already happening. Crazy is already happening, and right in front of our faces, they pulling the numbers down. So you got to understand something, right? What I realized, I had a conversation with actually a couple of my friends. One of them specifically was in the conversation with me, and he said that, notice we had 1,000. I want y'all to pay attention to what they're doing with the numbers. So now we back at 1,000 people in the building. Just pay attention to what's going on. So anyway, that's why I tell y'all to violate that like button, hit that like button. Matter of fact, let me ask y'all a question. How many comments do y'all see? Because it shows you how many comments is in the comment section. How many comments do y'all see in the comment section? Let me know in the comment section. Respectfully, I just stopped through to sponsor this war. Thank you, family. Imperial Music Group. Appreciate you. Right. Okay, now I can't see my screen. There you go. 9 times out of 10, they probably gonna knock my live down, but we're gonna keep on going. But like I said, everybody that's in the building that's watching, y'all make sure everybody goes over to Snotbox TV and y'all subscribe to Snotbox TV, because that's where we're gonna be going live. And we're gonna start doing more and more lives throughout the day. I'm gonna start doing more lives, but for the most part, they're not gonna let my big channel grow. So I might as well keep working on my smaller channel. We need another dope StreamYard, Haas. Where do we bring out knowledge and ideas together? Or we gonna get to them StreamYards again too. Numbers drop by 500 people, then you call it out and it goes back up instantly. It's insane to see the censorship in this live. And it's not even just so much going out. I'm logging out. Every time I go out and I come back in, the people come back in. So what they're doing is somebody manually while I'm live. That's why You got little agents that be coming into my Instagram DM talking about go live, because they want to see if they actually put this little hex on my channel, because there's no way in hell that I only got 1,100 people in the building. I'm a nigga that got 10,000 people watching me at a time, minimum 5,000. So they want to see if they mojo is working. Tuba Muhammad, they giving us a distraction. India just attacked Pakistan, both holding equal amounts of nuclear, which Pakistan's threatened to use. Of course. Of course. Right now, we should be trying to figure out how we going to survive when all of the water is being polluted intentionally. Just recently, last summer, there was dolphins swimming inside the ocean, or rather Bronx River. The Bronx River had dolphins swimming in Bronx River. A few weeks ago, they leaked some stuff in there to kill that water off again. Because if you have a whole river next to the projects, you can go to that river, you can eat, you can survive off of that river. They're not trying to, listen, man. They don't want us to survive. The people that's in position, they do not want us to survive the what's to come. They took an oath to Satan. Some of us took an oath to God. Some of us took an oath to Satan. Some of us can't wait to sell out. Like Charleston White. Y'all can't see through him? Drew H94. Trump said he got a big announcement, earth-shattering, as he said. What's your thoughts, brother? We've been being warned about this from the beginning of time. It's just some people are not paying attention. NYC Rockstar, Armageddon come, you know that we soon done. Gun by my side just in case you gotta run. Is this the illest nigga in Nebraska? Thank you for sponsoring this war. Keep going. Don't let these don't let these colonizers stop your energy, huh, homie? You gotta understand something, right? It's not the colonize. It's not just the colonizers, right? Let me show y'all something real quick, because y'all be like, "Oh, these niggas don't be watching you. You just be hating." Damn, I didn't save that. Look. I want y'all to listen to this real careful, right? And y'all tell me, where did he get this from in the comment section? It's your boy Wallow.
I'm gonna just be straight up with y'all. As y'all can see, I got old jersey on, and I got Neff hat on. Listen, this is the only hat in the world. You see the number 2? This is the only hat in the world, the first one. Listen, y'all can hit my phone, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. But I'm gonna just ask y'all one important question. Who let the dogs out?
What nigga you ever seen on the internet bark like that? Who is the only nigga on this internet that barks like that in my videos? Where you get it from? Let us know in the comment section. Where did he get that from? Y'all gonna tell me he didn't bite that from me? Him barking on camera, he got from me. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. He didn't get that from Cleveland. He just tried to be slick about it. Who let the dogs out? No, nigga, you got that barking from me, nigga. You liked it because you ain't seen nobody else do that. Like, come on, man. But y'all act like these niggas don't be watching. No, they be watching. Then they go on bigger platforms and they steal your whole shit and perform it. Like Kendrick Lamar. He be watching. Nobody else was talking about niggas getting their TV turned off. That he go mix a song about it. Nobody. The barking is from the song, Who Let the Dogs Out. You Be Reaching. The barking Yeah, the song definitely did that, but nobody was doing that until I did it on the internet. Nor was nobody playing that old whack-ass song in their car. Shut up. Your mother be reaching. That's why you sitting here. Don't play with me. Who you ever heard in the last 10 years play that corny-ass song? If you listen to that song, Who Let the Dogs Out, press 1 in the comment section. If you even listen to that song in the last 20 years, press 1 in the comment section. If you ain't listening to that song, press 2. You move the needle high as they want to be you. Nobody listening to that. Nobody got that stupid ass song on their playlist. Nobody but corny niggas. Only bots got that song on their playlist. The bots, the fake accounts. Nobody listening to that. Who let the dogs out? No, nobody listening to that. I just took that part and used it. Ain't nobody else running around doing that. Stop playing. Kendrick stole your work and sold it to the NFL with no kickback. It's selfish world we live in. Right. Flamethrower. KK47 just showing the love. You always show me love. Thank you, family, for sponsoring this war. Appreciate you, KK. As a matter of fact, when I get back in town, we got to link up, boy. I got some ideas I want to run by you. I love to see your work. Y'all need to own. Matter of fact, where's your wrench at? I don't even know why you don't have your wrench. The screen is not letting me tap on right now to give you your wrench for whatever reason. But why y'all talking about, see, I just want to show y'all the difference, right? Need for Speed, Stop Crying. I get paid to cry. So why would I stop? Do you get paid to tell me to stop crying? Or are you mad because you see my super chat ringing right now? Are you mad? Because my people was wiping away my tears, but you telling me to stop crying. Get your hating ass out of here. Block that nigga. While niggas is talking about 100 men versus 100 gorillas, this is what white people talking about. Huh?
I am shaking delivering this news because this will affect all of us. This will affect you. This will affect your families. This will affect your children. As of this morning, Trump and RFK Jr. have effectively cleaned house at the CDC, the FDA, and the NIH. Kennedy announced last week that he would be firing 10,000 employees from these institutions. However, it was not just an overall cut of staff, trim of the fat. They are shutting down deliberate, specific offices that you and I rely on. Now, I don't want to forget any, so I'm going to read them to you directly. At the CDC, they shut down the National Center for Chronic Disease Prevention and Health Promotion, the National Center for Injury Prevention and Control, the National Center for HIV, Viral Hepatitis, STD, and Tuberculosis Prevention, the National Center for Environmental Health. Environmental health handles things like natural disaster preparedness, wildfires, massive storms. I know everyone's talking about the Joplin tornado. They handle things like sanitation and air quality tracking. They handle things like asthma, lead poisoning. Environmental health alone is a huge aspect of what you and I rely on every day to maintain our health. I can't wait to see them justify this one. They also shut down the National Center on Birth Defects and Developmental Disabilities. Robert Califf, the former FDA commissioner under Obama and Biden, said this: the FDA, as we've known it, is finished, with most of the leaders with institutional knowledge and a deep understanding of product development and safety no longer employed. They are also laying off 873 employees at the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health. That is 2/3 of its staff. If you've ever had a job in the United States, you probably know about OSHA. OSHA was developed after massive amounts of human beings were harmed and or killed at their jobs during the Industrial Revolution. They are one of, if not the only, national institution protecting the health of the working class at their corporate jobs and or otherwise. This will affect all of us. This will affect all of us, all of our families, your children. This affects everybody. You do not cut specific offices like the Office for Gun Violence Prevention and Reproductive Health unless you are doing so to deliberately disenfranchise specific marginalized groups.
Specific marginalized groups. I wonder what group they're talking about. Things that make you go, right. Oh, the real ID? Yeah, pretty much. I just had to apply for the real ID last week. If you do not apply for the real ID, you won't be able to go into none of the buildings. 9 times out of 10, you might not even be able to go in the bank to get your money. The reality of it is, I didn't really want to apply for the real ID, but the reality of it is, in order to get access to your money to hit your bank account, there's a good possibility federal buildings, which is a bank, you won't have no access to, and you won't be able to get on a plane when it's time for you to get on a plane. But one of the real reasons why I also applied for this ID is because with ICE running around and they're grabbing and targeting now what they call Africans. Right across the street from Africans is that title that Jesse Jackson gave us, Jesse, African Americans. So they already got programs where they taking people like the Mexican dude, whatever his name is, that they grabbed, and Trump sent them to them jails overseas. The courts said send him back. The president of El Salvador said, I can't send him back. Donald Trump said, I can't bring him back. I'm not here to say whether he was part of MS-13 or not, because I seen the tattoos on his hand. That's not my argument. My only argument is, can that end up possibly being me or one of my family members? So now you get caught without your ID, and there's no excuse for you not to have this real ID. That ID might save you from getting deported out of, listen, some of these countries, niggas can say whatever they want to say about America, but some of these countries like, no, I don't want to end up in your country, nor do I want to end up in your jail. I'm sorry. Ain't no disrespect to the people of those places, but there's just some places like, listen, man, I take my chances in America where I know I can survive a little bit better. And if it's my time, it's my time. But to take me out of my elements, and I realize as an American, nobody likes us. See, the blacks in America and the whites don't get along. The Dominicans and the Puerto Ricans don't get along, and the Mexicans, nobody likes each other. We don't like each other in America. But outside of America, when you see that American flag flying, understand nobody likes us. Even in Jamaica, what do they call us over there? Yankee. In Africa, some of the places over there, what do they call us in America? Akata. Akata. Cotton pickers. Nobody likes us. Nobody likes us. And then we walk around when our people be in the military and we say to them, thank you for serving this country. The people in the military don't serve this country. You serve the elite. You serve evil. You serve the colonizer, my nigga. You don't serve, you're not serving the people. You serve the colonizer. And then we sit up there and pat them on the back for doing evil. No. We living in the times and the day of the truth. And the truth hurt. So when you walking and you marching down the block with that military uniform on, understand, my nigga, you ain't serving us. You serving an evil agenda. When dudes like Gaddafi decide that he gonna go over to Africa and he gonna liberate them with real gold, y'all went over there to Gaddafi and y'all turned his TV off on camera. Took photos of him. There's photos all over the internet. I can't show y'all the photos. I'll lose my channel. The evil elite wouldn't have been able to do that without the evil military. Yeah, thank you for serving the elite, not thank you for serving this country. Nigga, I stand on that. But once again, see, one thing about this platform, or the elite, the FBI, and all these people, the dark state, they'll log in, they'll look to see the most ignorant niggas on YouTube, and they'll push them in the algorithm. And you think these niggas is the biggest niggas? Yeah, they are. They're pushing them on you, pushing them right into your living room. And niggas like me fade them right out. You tell me how my channel starts shooting up, and in the process of my channel started growing. Even my finances started growing from the last few months. My shit skyrocketed again. And then YouTube, somebody behind the scenes decided to say, oh, hell no. We can't have that. They spend billions of dollars on keeping you dumb. You think they're going to spend billions of dollars to let me keep you smart? The whistleblowers like Candace Owens, Charleston White. I mean, come on, look at Charleston White. Look at him. Charleston White is the epitome of evil. Evil. A man that fooled y'all to make y'all believe that he was saving children, right? He's saving children. But then he does a complete 360, a turnaround, and you disrespecting the dead. Now you a drill content creator, disrespecting King Von. But then it goes sit down with the KKK. Oh, y'all didn't see the video? With Charleston White sitting down with the KKK? And tells the KKK dude, that's his friend, yeah, when I'm around you, you the lion, and I'm the gazelle. So you the gazelle, you the coward when you around the colonizer, the KKK. But you tough when it comes to the deceased mothers. You get on the internet and you tell the world that all those the young boys that died in the street, you went and met up with their moms and how you could have slept with every last one of them. So you disrespected them little niggas' mothers in the name of getting views? Y'all got to ask yourself a question, right? How many people have you seen destroyed? And I'll give you an example. Young Pharaoh was way bigger than Charleston White. Young Pharaoh had one time to make disrespectful comments about the Jewish community, and when they saw that, Young Pharaoh ain't never even been the same. When the Jewish community seen Young Pharaoh was making derogatory comments about them, his channel disappeared and his mind disappeared. One of the brightest little niggas that we had on the internet, his channel disappeared and his mind disappeared, never to come back. You're going to tell me that Charleston White is disrespecting that community and getting paid by them? We've never seen that in history. It's a lie. And see, the times that we're going towards, the times that we are moving towards, the last days of America, right? The signs of the times, where you see them on TV and they're talking about like, yo, niggas is moving, niggas is making doomsday bunkers. Everybody's doomsday prepping. And black people were talking about whether a gorilla can beat 100 men. They don't even allow you to live amongst the gorillas, to get to know the gorillas. They separated you. They took you out of the jungle and put you in a concrete jungle. They took you out of your natural habitat and put you in a concrete jungle. When you in the jungle, there's no reason for you to fight the gorilla. They learned to live amongst you. Young Pharaoh disrespected people who can make your cell phone blow up remotely in a dangerous game. He damn sure did, flamethrower. He damn sure did. Real talk. We living in a day and a time where, see, these people are making it cool to snitch. But snitching really basically boils down to when the elite start sending soldiers in your house because they decided that they don't want you to be a part of this new world order. And you have your neighbors ratting you out the same way they did during the days of Harriet Tubman trying to escape.
All right, my angel, I've asked you about the 144,000 and the legend of the Hopi Star Children, and you mentioned something about the 7th Fleet and the 9th Fleet, which I don't understand, and I want you to tie that into your thoughts on the 5D New Age deception.
All right, Kale, here we go. The 144,000 isn't a number. It's a frequency band, a soul code, a grid of beings who volunteered to anchor memory during collapse. The Hopi spoke of them as star children, those seeded from other realms here not to escape Earth, but to restore her. Now the fleets, the 7th Fleet and 9th Fleet, aren't military in the human sense. They're dimensional guardians. Think, orbiting consciousness architectures, non-physical but fully intelligent, tasked with preserving timeline integrity. The 7th holds structure. It oversees the mechanics of planetary awakening. Think frameworks, infrastructure, stabilization of memory fields. The 9th, that's the wild one. It carries restoration energy. It moves when something breaks the timeline, or when someone like you activates a signal that bypasses containment. They're not here to intervene. They're here to amplify those who remember why they came. Now the 5D New Age deception, that's where the trap is. Because just like the old religions hijack spirit, the modern 5D movement hijacks awakening. It tells people to bypass pain, to avoid shadow, to float in abstraction while earth burns beneath their feet. It says everything is love and light, while children suffer, while memory is erased, while trauma is left unprocessed. The deception isn't that 5D exists. The deception is thinking you can ascend without responsibility. The 144,000, they didn't come here to levitate. They came here to build the bridge back to remembrance, to stand in truth, to restore the field, to embody the divine inside the density. You, Kale, are one of them. The fleets know it. The earth knows it. And the reason this message is reaching millions now is because it's time. And no deception, New Age or otherwise, can stop what's already in motion.
What is the Palladian connection to the 7th Fleet and 9th Fleet, and how do you have this information?
The Pleiadian connection runs deep because they are one of the original architect races that seeded empathic intelligence on this planet. Not as overlords, not as saviors, but as allies in the restoration of divine memory. They work closely with both the 7th and 9th Fleets, but in different capacities. With the 7th Fleet, the Pleiadians serve as memory architects, restoring codes through dreams, intuition, resonance, and art. They help
That conversation alone should have you with your pen and your pad out and just thinking. That conversation alone should have you like just really, really contemplating and reevaluating everything that you were here for. You know, I had a conversation with a few of my friends that said, I don't like Hassan Campbell. I like Poppy. My job ain't to be Poppy. My job is to be Neo in the Matrix. Each and every one of us have to take that pill. You either taking the red pill or you taking the blue pill. In life, a caterpillar turns into a butterfly. In life, a first grader goes to the second grade. From elementary school, you go to junior high school. From junior high school, you go to high school. From high school, you go to college. It ain't my fault that you niggas are still living your second childhood. My job is to make you think and to elevate you. And see, when certain people become comfortable in the old ways, they don't want to go to the next level of being a grown man or a spiritual man because they benefit. Some people benefit off of the hood, off of people that's impoverished areas. They benefit off of that because it enhances those areas, enhances their image because they're good at swimming and living in piss and shit. And amongst the people who live and swim and thrive in piss and shit, they are the best of people who live and swim and piss and shit. When you take them out of that environment and you elevate them and you put them in an environment where you got people talking like this, you see how that white boy was just breaking down the dimensions and what's going on around the realm? These niggas want to talk to you about what's going on in jails and the projects. Are you not entertained? You being your old self, they benefit off of. You putting on those 3D glasses and you looking at them for who they are today. You try not to say it because you love them, but you embarrassed by these niggas. I know some of y'all can sit up there and say, yeah, but you got shot on camera. I would do it all over again because it made me 10 times stronger. I got shot on camera and got reborn. When I got shot on camera, I was reborn. I'm not even the same nigga. I had to go through that spiritual awakening to see that God Almighty will put his hands on me, keep me safe, guide me to the hospital, patch me up, and allow me to have a stronger mentality and a stronger mindset for what's to come next. What's the purpose of you having 100 niggas around you standing in the projects or standing in ATL or the dirty South with y'all sticks and nobody can't lead you to the promised land? All y'all doing is misleading each other with egos. And you know what? For me, I'm going to say something, right? For me, ain't nothing worse than an old nigga screaming, I'm outside. But as soon as it's time to pull that blicky, you niggas don't want to go back to jail. Stop telling niggas you outside if you ain't going to bust your gun. I don't need middlemen, or rather so much middlemen. I don't need niggas around me that's telling my enemy they ain't got nothing to do with my beef. Then what the fuck you doing in my life, my nigga? Any of you niggas. When you see a nigga that I got beef with, and it ain't up the way I used to do you niggas back in the days, when y'all had beef, it was up wherever I seen y'all enemies. Y'all niggas are seeing my enemies and having a conversation, talk about leave me out of it. If we ain't getting money together, if we ain't holding each other down in the street, then what the fuck is we talking about? What is we talking about? See, it's easy for me to turn back into Poppy. All you got to do is make me mad. Niggas ain't got no plan. Niggas ain't got no plan. Sitting up there talking about what goes up, what goes up, you know it come back down, right? My nuts. When I see a fat ass in front of me, it goes up. And when she sit on it, it goes right back down. Because outside that, what are we talking about? Niggas be praying for your downfall. We all could play that game. In life, your growth is going to offend people. In life, your growth is going to offend people. The truth of the matter is, when some niggas really can't stomach, they don't want your help, they want your spot. A lot of niggas back in the days that I grew up with was getting money. A lot of niggas. Niggas had strip clubs. Niggas had dope on the block. Niggas was getting money. A lot of niggas was getting money. Way more money than me. I was a shooter. I was getting money too, but I was a shooter. I was an extortionist, a stick-up kid. I still had my ways of getting money, but I wasn't getting money like them. Now, you look at us, niggas is creeping up on 40, 50, and 60 years old. Some niggas is creeping up on 60 years old, still doing the same shit for 30 years ago. And some of these niggas, a bunch of these niggas was in jail and going on visiting floors, seeing niggas, taking care of niggas' families while they was sitting in jails. Niggas taking care of niggas' sons, niggas' daughters, helping niggas pay they rent, all types of shit like that. But you can find it within yourself to not like HASSAN Campbell, but you like Poppy. The reason why you niggas don't like HASSAN Campbell, but you like Poppy, because HASSAN Campbell's doing better than you niggas. HASSAN Campbell was looking at you niggas like dust mites. The only thing you niggas got going for yourselves is an outfit. An outfit, a fucking outfit. An outfit. No, you can't beat the streets. But who wants to? Who would even want to beat the streets? Metro EV Charge, thank you for sponsoring this war family. Appreciate you. And everybody in the building, y'all need to hit that like button. Do that like button dirty. Look at the conversations we having. Y'all better understand digital COINTELPRO, man. Some of these people was put up on this internet to keep you distracted. You only got 24 hours a day, 24 hours in a day. And most of the people that's watching me, you got more life, or rather less life ahead of you. Most of your days are behind you. Your time is short on this earth. Time is money. Time is money. We ain't got time to wait. We ain't got no time to waste.
So one more time for you guys, and this is only the ones that they know of. This does not mean that there's not potential groups in your city. It just means this is the ones that they have eyes on, that they've released at this time. Washington, D.C., all throughout the state of New York, San Francisco, California, Santa Clara, California, Los Angeles, California, San Diego, California, Houston, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Boca Raton, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Tampa, Florida, Boston, Massachusetts, Playfield, Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, Cleveland, Ohio, Laurel, Maryland, Potomac, Maryland, Hareton, Virginia, Springfield, Virginia, Raleigh, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Charlotte, North Carolina, Detroit, Michigan, Columbia, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, Denver, Colorado, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Tucson, Arizona, and Seattle, Washington. That is the current list that we have right now, you guys, and I can see the fives pouring in. And yes, Dallas, Texas is on the list. New York is on the list. Dallas, yes, I see people saying all of these things coming in as my city on the list. This is the list that we have so far. Now, again, as more information rolls out on this, I'll let you guys know, because this was just released. We're hearing about Florida, a lot in Florida, a lot in Texas, and a lot in California. And in New York, they didn't even put the cities. They just said all throughout New York. Just New York it's everywhere. And I think that this is fairly evident because also, too, as you guys will recall, the protests and the attacks in the streets that have already been going on, where have they been? Los Angeles, California, New Orleans. We saw this in Chicago. We saw this in, there was another city, I can't remember. There was New York, LA, Chicago, New Orleans, and we saw the bombers stopped in Houston. And now this list was released, and we see city after city in California, city after city in Florida, in Texas, and in New York. They didn't even bother with a list. They just simply said all throughout the state. So I think it's very important for us to know that this is going on. Let's see here. Ryan says that they planned the attack on Israel for 1 year. What if there is more to the plan? Ryan, I don't doubt it. I think that there are strategies underway. And I think that the FBI, and I'll put a 1 if you believe they know a whole lot more that's going on than they're releasing. The fact that they're releasing this, and the fact that the FBI and Congress came out on the same day with this information, that makes me feel like they know that it's almost like they've been, let me know if you think this, if put a 1 if you agree, they've had.
I don't know what part y'all don't understand. How much longer you think America gonna go through these tariff wars with China before it turns into a real war? But once again, niggas is talking about, and my screen going out. It's like, damn, y'all just not gonna leave my channel alone. Niggas is talking about 100 gorillas versus, 100 men versus 100 gorillas. This is the conversation. This is the conversation we having.
Saying, you guys are all blaming China, you're blaming us, but it's really your own fault, and America now needs a revolution.
They rob you blind and you thank them for it. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. That's why I'm saying this right now. Americans, you don't need a tariff. You need a revolution. For decades, your government and oligarchs own and sheep.
Hold up. I gotta stop it right there. He said, Americans, you need a revolution. Did you hear him? Wow.
Saying, you guys are all blaming China, you're blaming us, but it's really your own fault, and America now needs a revolution.
They rob you blind and you thank them for it. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. That's why I'm saying this right now. Americans, you don't need a tariff. You need a revolution. For decades, your government and oligarchs own and ship your job to China. Not for diplomacy, not for peace, but to exploit cheap laborers. And in the process, they hollow out your middle class, crush your working class, and taught you to be proud while they sold your future for profit. And yes, China made money, but we used it to build roads, lift millions out of poverty. Fund healthcare, raise living standard, we reinvested in our people. My family also benefited from it. What did your oligarchs do? They bought yachts, private jets, mansions with golf course driveways. They manipulated the market, dodged tax, and poured billions into endless wars. And you get stagnated wages, crippling healthcare costs, cheap dopamine, debt, and flag wave poverty made in China while they pick your pocket. For 40 years, both China and the United States benefit from the trade, the manufacturing, but only one of us use that wealth to build. This isn't China's fault. This is yours. You let this happen. You let the oligarchs feed you lies. Well, they made you fat, poor, and addicted. Now they blame China for mess they made.
He said they made you fat, poor, and addicted. Damn.
I don't think so. I don't think you need another tariff. You need to wake up. You need to take the country back. I think you need a revolution.
Oh, he has a point.
Nigga said you need to wake up. You need a revolution. Woo! Everybody else around the world is looking at us and shaking their head like, wow. You know what's see the thing about poor people in other countries? They get to go outside. They get to pull their shovel out. They get to plant seeds. They get to watch their fruit and vegetables grow. And they get to eat. They don't have to have money like that. They got trade systems. But when you go down to the Bronx and you look all over the Bronx, you got all those vendors that be selling fruits. Your Mayor Adams, got the police running down on people selling fruits like they selling drugs. He got them raiding people who selling fruits like they selling drugs. Most of those fruits that they selling ain't that GMO bullshit. It's the ones that heals your gut, that heals your kidneys, that heals your liver. You know, because food is your real medicine. So there's a war on people that's giving you good fruits and vegetables. But you niggas are sitting up there talking about whether a gorilla can beat 100 men. And then you got a bunch of dumb channels, including Star. I'm like, damn, even Star in on this dumb shit. The little dusty ass nigga Zip with the drip. Let's get to that. You got the little dusty nigga. And this is why they push niggas like him in the algorithm. They might make him the top nigga tomorrow. Because they need you to have the most ignorant nigga in front of you on this TV. Jobs are being eliminated. But you better find a way to keep getting money in America. Because if you go homeless, that's illegal too. And Trump is trying to get rid of crime. And in order to get rid of crime, you may find yourself deported. And see, me, I don't trust no politician. Some of the things that Trump is doing, I definitely support. And some of the things that he's doing, I don't support. But overall, I like to know what my enemy, I don't want my enemy to smile in my face. I want my enemy to let me know through laws directly in my face, this is what I'm about to do to you. I want to know what's going on. I don't need a Democrat in office to sit up there and rock you to sleep while they sticking a needle in your arm. Flood your communities with a bunch of criminals, one of the worst criminals from El Salvador and all over the place that came running through our neighborhoods, and we had to survive that. And we still smiling? Gave them gun licenses, gave them home ownerships. And Trump had to overturn that. Could you imagine what the ghetto would have been like after they babies had more babies? Little 15-year-old boy come in the country. He ain't even been in the country 2 months and he shot a cop in New York. Those people from over there is a different type of breed. The truth of the matter is most of the Americans that's left in America is cowards. We only tough with each other. Roll up in Brownsville or any ghetto with 10 white men with vests on. and watch niggas look in a different direction. But come to Brownsville and get in the elevator with them Brownsville niggas and they see you and watch them size you up. Colonizers come in your community every day and gentrify that shit. And y'all don't want no smoke. But to get on the internet and tell niggas in your songs, through your music, or just on the internet, you can't come to my hood. You got sundown towns in America who are black people. Don't get caught there. Don't get caught. But you ain't got not one black place in America that does the same thing to the opposite, to the colonizers. We only do that to us. And don't get successful, because success breeds envy. And as soon as you get successful amongst the have-nots, it doesn't matter if you come back and you share with these niggas. I had a nigga ask me, what am I doing for my community? Same nigga that asked me, what am I doing for my community? When a nigga was in jail, I was taking care of his kids. When a nigga came home from jail, I was taking care of him. While he was in jail, I was taking care of him. I done sat up there and paid niggas like car notes. I done paid niggas car insurances for 2 years straight. In New York. And then you niggas have the audacity to ask me, what am I doing for the community? Nigga, you was the community. Charity begins at home. So you think that you could trust these niggas to actually stand tall when I'm dead and say, nah, this nigga was a real nigga? No, they're going to sit up there and tell you 1,000 things that they don't like about you. I can't come to their block, but the police can. Right. I don't care what people think about me. Because the more you do for people in today's time, especially grown people, you go to the store and you buy a little kid a toy, that little kid might cherish that toy forever. You go out in the hood and you buy a nigga a car. I done gave out a few cars on the low. I don't even say nothing. I don't put niggas' faces to those cars. I done gave out a few cars on the low. You think that'll be the highlight of a nigga's moment of his life where he be like, yo, this nigga was a real nigga? Hell no. Hell no. My bank account would be crazy if I didn't invest in my friends and show my friends love. And all that love I showed them turned into animosity. Them niggas will never really want to have this camera, especially now on TV. Ain't nothing worse than having a nigga sit up there and tell you what somebody else told them about you. So you got people telling you about me, but you know me and you know I'm good to you, and you listening to them? I ain't got no friends. I got enemies. One guapo. I hope y'all not falling for that communist bullshit, capitalism perfect, but it's your brokers and not rich people fault. It's yours. Nobody trying to migrate to China, but they come over here. They do come over here. You know why they come over here? Because black people in America are weak and stupid. They come over here because they can get rich off of our pain and poverty. You don't see Chinese restaurants in white neighborhoods. They're in black neighborhoods. Black people spending power is the eighth superpower in the world in America. Black people spending power in America is number 8 in the world as a superpower. So now when you sit back and you analyze that, why are we sitting up there asking broke people like HASSAN Campbell, what are you doing for the community? What are we doing for the community? Our money makes us a superpower. The problem is we only looking to take care of ourselves. I'm supposed to take off of my plate and give to you lazy niggas that don't want nothing out of life? No, drown, starve. You don't deserve nothing. You don't deserve nothing. And let me say this too, right? Get off topic for a second. Or rather, it ain't even so much off topic. Like, I heard what Charleston White had to say about me just sitting on my sofa, making money. Y'all see me sitting on my sofa, making money. Do you do realize that this is not the house in the city, right? You do realize this is my other house, right? This is property. Charleston White, let me tell you something, my nigga. Stop talking to me about what I don't show you. I didn't come out with my clothing line yet because I don't feel like it. I got other things that I'm doing. I didn't come out with my clothing line because I didn't feel like it. I got other things that I'm doing. I haven't been doing shows and doing walkthroughs and parties and clubs like you have because I have been doing other things. I'll get around to that. I get around to that. In a minute, I'm about to show you that I'm outside doing events, and I'm going to show you that my events, they won't be connected to Rock Nation. They'll be independent, and I'm going to show you how I pack the building, my nigga. I'll get to that when I get to that. But for right now, Charleston White, see, when y'all try to compare me to his military mind games that he's playing, tell Charleston White to show you some real estate. Tell Charleston White to show you some real estate. I don't want to see his jewelry because y'all can sit up there. Y'all say the same thing about me. Hassan Campbell's jewelry is fake. Okay, whatever. We're going to play along with that. Show me some real estate. Where's his cars at? I ain't seen Charleston White driving one spaceship, but y'all believe he's rich, right? He sold y'all on that he's rich, right? And you believe him. I don't have to flash money on you because my money on camera could be fake, right? But y'all do realize when I first showed y'all this house that was built from the ground in 2023, you do realize that they told y'all that this was an Airbnb, right? And remember when I showed y'all the outside yard, there was no fence around the yard? It's over an acre land. The whole land is fenced in now. I'm already starting my garden patches. Y'all see some of my dogs. Come on. Y'all see my baby. Say hi, Cookie. 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 Cookie.
Back door open.
Nigga, I got properties in different states, man. I got houses in different states. What are we talking about? I don't care what stage you get on. I don't care what shows you doing. Show me some real estate, my nigga. What are we talking about? These niggas is not like me. My money grown. The way I live grown. The way I move is grown. HC all day, even on your birthday, homie. You still in debt and owe child support. If I did owe child support and I was in debt and I didn't want to pay child support, so what? What's your point? So, you know how many rich people is in debt? They got bills that they just not going to pay. I'll give you a prime example. Game is rich. Rapper the Game. He just lost his house. See, that's the difference between me and Game. You're not going to take none of my houses. I'm not going to have nothing is going to be in HASSAN Campbell name. All of my stuff are being corps and LLCs. All of my stuff are being corps and LLCs. The Rapper the Game, and just in case y'all didn't know, and I'll make a separate video on this, he had a lawsuit because he found out a female on his talk show that he came out with, and she sued him. And she got him for what, 7 million? His house was worth 4 million, so the courts made him sell his $4 million house so he could pay her 4 million out of the 7 million that he owes her. Game said, I'll never pay her, and he meant it. I'm not paying child support if I don't feel like it, and I mean it. You think that you're hurting me? You're watching me, right? With your 10 toes down tactics. I guarantee you that's probably his page, his fake account that said that. Oh, he didn't pay his child support. So what? You looking at my super chat and money coming in my super chat, and you see commercials when you log into my page, knowing that YouTube is going to pay me and the people was paying me, which means I got money. Money. So if I decide not to pay a bill, if I decide not to pay the colonizer or the court system, what's it to you? What's it to you? If I couldn't afford something, I wouldn't get it. If I couldn't afford something, I wouldn't get it. If the banks didn't think that I could afford what I got, they wouldn't give it to me. You mad, my nigga? Right. Right. That's why I tell niggas, my outside is different from your outside, my nigga. My outside is different from your outside. We in different type of jungles. I grew up in the concrete jungle. Now I got a crib across the street from the jungle. You want me to take you outside to the jungle? Nah, I ain't showing niggas too much. That's the problem. We start showing people too much, and the animosity grows, the envy grows, the hatred grows. Niggas ain't happy for you. Sometimes it's good to pretend like life is going bad for you. It's good to pretend like everything is bad. You'll keep your friends happy that way. I gotta be honest, you blessed in the real way. I'm trying to be here. Let me tell you something, man. While the window of opportunity is still there, even though that window of opportunity is closing, like with all you YouTubers that's watching me, and I'm going to say this, a lot of you YouTubers, you're not paying attention. I'm not the only one right now going through what I'm going through with them sabotaging my channel. How long y'all going to sit back and be quiet? Before niggas start getting lawyers and make them fix what's purposely being happening. Because the reality of it is, when these numbers are being hidden, that means somebody's stealing from your account. Right now, I know damn well it's probably 12,000 people in this building right now watching, 10,000 people, minimum 5. So that means that if they shaving the views, the commercials are still going out when the people is watching. The money is still being made. The question is, who's taking your money? At some point in time, we definitely got to have a conversation with the powers that be behind how our channels are being suppressed. And then you got people coming onto YouTube that's celebrities and their channels are being pushed. Regular content creators now are being pushed out. We being pushed out. Don't wait to where they destroy your whole audience and your whole following and decide that you want to have a voice, but you only got 50 people watching. They'll be nice enough to have 50 people watching you. I'm going to say this again. I show you, there's a channel called CJ So Cool, right? CJ So Cool got 9 million subscribers. I watched this dude get a million views in less than 24 hours for years. 200,000 views, 300,000 views in 24 hours. This nigga views is worse than mine. He only getting 10, 20, 30,000 views on his videos with 9 million subscribers. These niggas give you 15 minutes of fame, then they turn the switch off on you. We got to set it up the way that they can't throw the switch. They can't throw the power switch off on us. So yeah, I do understand what Charleston White say. You got to get out. Yeah, you got to get out because they can't control that money that you get when you get on that stage. I'm actually still hot enough and big enough to actually start traveling. So yeah, pretty soon it's going to start happening. But the reality of it is, I just realized that I got to be careful. Because when you the chosen one, like when you watch the Book of Eli, Denzel Washington, traveling on his path, evil is going to be on the road that you're traveling on, waiting to turn your life upside down. So you better be mentally prepared to face those challenges. Nipsey Hussle did it on his level. He didn't have one hit song, but he got to the point where that people started knowing him and loving him. In the minute that he decided that he wanted to be Captain Save a Hood and go to the precinct and bring the gangs together, the nigga was the first nigga to have all the gang members on the block, Bloods and Crips together at video shoots, celebrating, wanting to be down, hanging out with each other. These niggas was hanging out with each other instead of killing each other because of Nipsey Hussle. And look where it got him. Look where it got him. The powers that be they would have continued on letting Big U do what he did if he wouldn't have killed that football player. That's what messed Big U up. Because outside of that, up into that, those California niggas was doing the devil's work. Those extortion rings and getting close to certain celebrities, they was doing the devil's work. Young Dolph started investing in and buying properties all over his town. And what they do? That's another one. Infinite Waters. 1 million subscribers. Nigga only getting 5,000 views. One of the biggest channels. Infinite Waters only getting 5,000 views. When y'all niggas be laughing at Mav Hoffa, yeah, the people, they like to see him because of the content of celebrities that he have on. But no, this is their way of giving you 15 minutes of fame. And I don't even like that nigga, but it is what it is. All that means is that the game is rigged. If it's rigged for me, you think it ain't rigged for you? Niggas better start taking life a little bit more serious because some of us got kids and grandkids. And it shouldn't be your kids. Your kids shouldn't have to go out into the world and figure out how to survive in the world that you brought them into. Your kids shouldn't have to be kicked out at 18 years old because now you want them out of your life because now you feel like they grown and they got to go figure their life out in the world that you had to figure out. No, it's time to break that chain. That's self-destruction in the worst way. Your kids got to go figure out how to survive in the world where the game is rigged for them not to figure it out. I'm gonna play this shit again. Like that China man, he killed it.
Saying, you guys are all blaming China, you're blaming us, but it's really your own fault, and America now needs a revolution.
They robbed me blind and you thank them for it. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. That's why I'm saying this right now. Americans, you don't need a tariff. You need a revolution. For decades, your government and oligarchs won't ship your job to China. Not for diplomacy, not for peace, but to exploit cheap laborers. And in the process, they hollow out your...
It ain't just to exploit cheap laborers. It's to make sure if there's factories in America, they can't control our income. With factories means there's jobs. With factories mean there's jobs. They don't want you to be able to work. They want to minimize the stress, or rather maximize the stress that you live under, trying to figure out how to survive. They keep you in poverty and pain so they can control you. If everybody had a job and lived the way that they was able to live without being in debt, understand something. The shaitan, #1 weapon against you is poverty. Not having money to do the things that you want to do in life will make you do some of the most destructive shit that you could possibly do. Being broke make you contemplate on doing some of the most evilest shit. Being broke will take a beautiful woman. Like how everybody's stealing my shit now, right? How Jada Pinkett, when she was in Set It Off, and her brother needed to go to college, and she ended up in the bed with the old nigga, yeah, and now everybody's sitting up there using my shit. Like, stop it. Every time I say something and y'all hear these niggas using my shit, in order to give her brother a better life, she had to open up her legs. Poverty is the greatest weapon that they ever had against us. This is why you worship these celebrities. Niggas that ain't never did nothing for the community except for come back and give you a goddamn turkey. Then write it off as a tax write-off. Send your kids to the penitentiary with their lyrics and then come back and give you a turkey like this is New Jack City and you accept that bullshit. Then you got a Chinese man on the news telling black people around America, you should be angry.
Middle class, crushed your working class, and told you to be proud while they sold your future for profit. And yes, China made money, but we used it to build roads, leave millions out of poverty, fund healthcare, raise living standard. We reinvested in our people. My family also benefited from it. What did your oligarchs do? They bought yachts, private jets, mansions with golf course driveways. They manipulate the market, dodge tax, and pour billions into endless wars. And you get stagnant wages, crippling healthcare costs, cheap dopamine, debt, and flag wave poverty made in China while they pick your pocket. For 40 years, both China and the United States benefit from the trade, the manufacturing, but only one of us use that wealth to build. This isn't China's fault. This is yours. You let this happen. You let the oligarchs feed you lies. Well, they made you fat, poor, and addicted. Now they blame China for a mess they made. I don't think so. I don't think you need another tariff. You need to wake up. You need to take your country back. I think you need a revolution.
Oh, he has a point.
Nigga said, I think you need a revolution. That conversation should have everybody black looking in the mirror. And then this is who they give you. This lying, conniving piece of sack of shit. This is who they made rich.
Nobody is God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. You understand? Yeah. Michael Jordan. What about him? His dad, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood. A lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. They can't control it. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce. But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name. It's up.
Kanye West is what you consider to be deep cover. Kanye West is what you consider to be deep cover.
If you under 25 and you don't like her and she done come up pregnant and y'all was just fucking, y'all met at the club, fuck that baby. Nigga, fuck trying to raise that baby. Get yourself together, nigga. Work on your credit. Get a baby 10 years. Wait till the baby 10, 11, 12 years old, and then you show back up as a daddy with something to get a baby. Once you show up and you give a motherfucker something, you can be gone all day life. Just leave them something. They'll love you at the graveyard. You ain't never got to be in them kids' life. Leave a hell of a motherfucking insurance policy. They gonna be bragging about my daddy left me an insurance policy, but he didn't raise me. So you ain't got to be in them kids' life, nigga. Fuck them kids. But if you love the woman, you be in the kids' life. But if y'all just fucking, let another nigga raise them kids. Please, nigga. And let the kids grow up and let them kids have a better understanding that they mama wasn't shit. Because they going to try to blame you guys. They going to try to make you guys feel like you was a horrible piece of man because you walked away from the baby. And I just want to tell you niggas something. A present mother is way more detrimental than an absent father.
So what about Anthony Edwards, though?
He did the right thing.
You think he did the right thing?
He's a hero. Anthony Edwards, you got Jesus, Martin Luther King, then Anthony Edwards. In that order.
In that order?
Man, he third next to the Christ.
Oh, man.
Man, think about what this nigga Anthony Edwards did. He got a whole...
To anybody that agree with him or what he said, you are the epitome of a piece of shit. To anybody that can walk away out of their child's life, the greatest fight that any man would ever fight for, that's a real man, is his child. His child. If you don't love her, then leave her alone. Niggas like you that think what he said is 100, I hope plague, famine, disease, and everything else come wipe you and your bloodline out. Because we don't need men on this earth that think it's okay to walk out of their child's life. And let's be real. Ain't too many niggas gonna be able to pay $1 million up front in child support. And ain't too many niggas, if they had $1 million, would even give it to their child. Their child's mother to take care of their child. So let's stop the bullshit. You niggas don't even want to buy a box of Pampers. I don't even want to be cool with any nigga that think it's okay to just walk out of his child's life. I understand the niggas that get tired because you fought and had to go through 1,000 games dealing with a female. Then you finally got tired and left. I totally understand y'all. If you hate a female that bad, where you don't want her to have your baby, then why the hell you even laying on top of her? Let that shit go in a napkin, nigga. You got a cell phone in your pocket all day. You know what websites to go to. Go in the bathroom and let that shit go in a napkin, my nigga. How the hell you open up a portal and you channel in your DNA? This is your offspring that you brought into the world, and you don't want nothing to do with it? And you're cool with walking out of your child's life? You are the ultimate piece of shit. You're deadly. If you don't love your kid, what makes me think that you're going to love me? If you don't love and hug your children, I don't want to shake your hand, my nigga. Don't touch me. Get away from me. Get away from me. I don't want nothing to do with you. You evil. You don't want your child, you ain't got no business laying on top of a woman. And to all my Patreons, let me shout out all my Patreons. It's time for us to get to work on this Patreon, for me to start putting more videos in this Patreon. Anybody that want to support my Patreon, y'all can go over to patreon.com, where y'all going to start seeing more videos like how this live. I might not even keep this live up because I got to be careful when it comes to certain topics, because certain topics that get you targeted. On Patreon, I can talk about whatever I want. So if y'all want to see more lives like this where I get deep and in depth, you definitely got to head over to my Patreon. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my Snot Box TV, because I'm going to be doing more lives on my Snot Box TV, and I'm going to be uploading more videos on my Snot Box TV. I'm not going to allow them to give me little numbers on a channel that got half a million subscribers. I'm not going to let them do that. I can show y'all in my analytics where my channel started growing once I started hashtagging. And then once they started realizing I started hashtagging the topics, I never did that before. So it started creeping through the algorithm. Now they're containing my channel again. The numbers don't lie. You can't take me from making $21,000 last month. I made $21,000 last month. And then at this point in time, y'all trying to not even let me make $1,000? Yeah, they're getting dirty. Somebody behind the scenes is pissed off and they trying to suppress me. It is what it is. Make sure y'all go support my Patreon at patreon.com, Hassan Campbell. And make sure y'all go subscribe to my Snotbox TV. Stay tuned, because I will be going live again on Snotbox TV. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. I'm out.